Well, ladies and gentlemen, now it is time for our keynote on leveraging computer vision AI to drive safety at industrial sites. And we're now joined by Karun Azizur, the CIO, GE. Well, Karun has more than 24 plus experience in IT technology consulting, application development and operations, software product development, and incubating and building global delivery technology centers for Fortune 100 and Silicon Valley-based high-tech firms. Thank you so much, Karun, for joining us today at the World AI Show. With this, I now present to you on the stage and screen. Thank you, Karun. How are you feeling today?
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me to this great session. I hope all of you and your family members are safe and doing well. Safety is one of the most top topic in an industrial setting and probably the most visible. There has been a visible improvement in the overall safety standards over the last few decades. And of course, we can see in the outcomes. Safety incidents have actually fallen down. However, as per the International Labour Organization, 2.3 million succumb to work-related accidents each year, and 340 million occupational incidents occur each year. So while safety is probably one of the most widely understood topics, and probably in almost all big industrial multinational corporations, this features as #1 priority. In fact, in many companies, stopping work due to unsafe setting or behavior is actually celebrated. They drive a lot of this with their customers as well. But however, safety agenda remains devoid of modern digital technological interventions. Safety countermeasures today predominantly still rely on legacy methods like training, awareness, personal protective equipment, visual management with signs and boards at factories, manufacturing sites, etc. And then obviously there's a lot of advances on product features such as safety latches and so on and so forth. Safety measurements also used predominantly are lagging indicators, indicators that are available to you once an event or incident actually has happened. Even though companies do measure incidents which they were able to prevent, but predominant metrics such as I&I are lagging indicators. Of course, all these measures help. They definitely have improved the safety agenda, but they still rely on lessons learned and applying these lessons so that future incidents can be prevented. However, most incidents happen due to human error or bad judgment, and this makes it a constant variable. Biggest variable in safety is actually the human at work. We as humans learn from constant reinforcement, both in a good and a bad way. For instance, if a worker has completed his work without wearing protective equipment, or for example, they're working at heights without a safety harness, that successful activity reinforces the behavior to repeat that work in dangerous situations without taking any safety precautions. This is something which is common, right? This is human behavior. This behavior probably changes when that person goes through a life-changing experience or a near-fatal experience, or has been constantly educated by his or her superiors in terms of what to follow, what not to follow, and so on and so forth. Unfortunately, though, in an industrial work setting, people who come to work come with varied and different backgrounds. They do not have a uniform training or a uniform set of standards which help them operate. They also come from a variety of social and economic backgrounds. In many cases, they probably are coming from an agriculture or a rural countryside background. And even in many cases, they move overseas to find construction work or industrial work. And they're most often away from family and kin. This creates a very complex situation every day at an industrial site. Well, I'm not advocating that we replace humans with complete automation and artificial intelligence. I know that the whole the show is about artificial intelligence. Yes, if we could eliminate, then obviously we could remove all the human fatality and accidents and so on and so forth. However, we are very far away from that construct. Without humans at industrial sites and workplace, work cannot happen today. And that is the reality. And when you have moving parts and machines working from heights, lifting operations, a lot of hazardous chemical work and electrical work and so on and so forth, accident is just around the corner waiting to happen. We all have heard that prevention is the best form of cure. So what is prevention in an industrial site, right? And again, as I said, traditionally, we have relied on training and so on and so forth. The key is, how can we detect unsafe behavior when it is happening, and can we correct that behavior at that point in time so that that doesn't become a normal behavior? Once it becomes a normal behavior, once it becomes in the subconscious mind of the person who is therein, once it is set, very difficult to untrain. So safety at GE Gas Power has been our #1 priority. For the last 14 months, we at GE have been working on to find a way to exactly address this problem. How can we use technology? And especially, how can we use computer vision and advanced artificial intelligence to actually help us take this human element away and provide that real-time information when the incident is about to happen or when an unsafe behavior is happening, detect it and help prevent an incident, prevent a severe event, so that we can do this in a timely manner. We can influence the right safety protocol. We can reinforce the correct approaches at every point in time. And hence, we can drop the severe events or an unsafe or an accident to happen. How can we really move from a lagging approach to a leading approach, correcting at the source in the correct time? A key theme and clarion for us is we want to ensure our employees and our partners return home every day in the same way they came to work. This all came to home when one of our senior service directors at GE Gas Power, we obviously sell power equipment and we actually service the equipment at our customer sites. A few months ago, he approached me and said, hey, how can we leverage technology to help battle the safety issues? And he's been seeing a lot of safety incidents, a lot of near misses, loss in productivity, and so on and so forth. And obviously, when an accident happens, there is a lot of emotional and moral issues as well. And that's how we started our journey to build a model which is based on computer vision and artificial intelligence and solves this problem. So we built a model which uses continuous video streaming from multiple cameras at an outage site. An outage site is typically a customer site, a customer power plant where we have a GE gas turbine or a combined cycle plant. And we're doing a servicing or repair or diagnosis, any of those activities. And at that time, we have a lot of engineers, craft labor, and so on and so forth working on the engine. So the different cameras, what we set up, we actually stream all that video onto a cloud where our algorithm, which the team built, actually scans for unsafe behavior. And in our first MVP, our first most valuable product installment we built, we actually looked at the basic of safety. At any industrial site or a workplace or a factory, if you go, one of the things which you would see is almost everybody wears a protective equipment, a personal protective equipment, right? They wear a helmet, safety shoes, and so on and so forth. So one of the basic things we actually started doing is, can we use computer vision to really detect unsafe behavior when it comes to personal protective equipment? So that was our first MVP. So the model actually detects the wrong use or absence of personal protective equipment such as helmets, chin straps, protective glasses, earplugs, safety shoes, and so on and so forth. As soon as it detects an unsafe behavior, the system sends a notification to a local EHS manager or a safety leader, or for that reason as the service director and so on and so forth, so that they can take the corrective action, they can influence that behavior, they can right then and there issue a stop work, ensure that everybody who is at the work knows what is the incident happened and then can learn from it. To our big surprise, in just over 2 months of this system being alive, it reported over 500,000 safety violations. And there was an accuracy rate of 85%. Now you can imagine personal protective equipment is almost like, the basic safety precaution you take. And even in a basic safety precaution, we could notice so much of safety violations and non-compliance. We have now started to take this solution in our next MVP to really look at unsafe work for lifting operations, especially heavy loads, to figure out if somebody is under the load or around the perimeter of the load, around the safety distance of the load. So that's something which we are working on. And then working from heights, proximity to moving equipment. It could be as simple as a forklift in a warehouse, right? And these are things which we constantly see, that somebody gets hit because they came too close to a moving equipment, or the driver of the forklift was blindsided. So these are some of the big MVPs what we are working on at this moment. And our vision really is to accelerate this and deploy across our manufacturing setups, across our customer sites, where GE employees, GE partners actually go to work. Our digital journey for a safe industrial workplace has just begun. We hope to scale from the 2 or 3 pilots I just talked about and scale it across the enterprise, deploy it in all our sites and factories and in the near future, and also obviously share what we have done with our partners and customers so that we can drive the whole safety agenda beyond just GE, but across the industry. What are some of the lessons we learned through this exercise? One, it actually takes time and patience to get your model right. So don't get carried away by technology. Yes, technology is a big part of it. And especially when you develop cloud natively, it also accelerates your deployment. It enables reuse. It's a great enabler and real accelerator. However, understanding the context, the real business scenario, and organizational complexities, the local rules and regulations. For example, if you have a camera on, there is a privacy issue. So understanding how do you deal with privacy, how do you deal with data protection, a lot of these are bigger challenges, and those are the things which you would need to keep in mind as your team works on this. Second, and this was a big learning for us, leverage the network of talent that exists in your organization. And if possible, set up a cross-functional team. You may be surprised on how people contribute when they associate with the mission. It's very easy for me to say, hey, we saw a problem, we put a team together and it built this artificial intelligence model. However, it'll be very surprising for you to note, I didn't have a dedicated team which actually built this solution. It was almost a team which came in and joined forces because they believed in the mission. It almost started as a skunk works effort, and people who across the Gas Power digital team volunteered to actually build this solution. So leveraging that network of talent, I'm a big believer in that. And this is something which will really help. And having that cross-functional team is really going to help drive. And especially when you build solutions that have machine learning or artificial intelligence, having that functional knowledge, business context is a lot more important. Third, innovative ideas actually come from the field. So always be in the lookout for what your employees in the field have to say about it. Also have a sponsor and champion who believes in the cause. In many cases, a lot of these ideas fall by the wayside because you don't have a champion. A champion doesn't mean a person who is very senior in the organization, but somebody who can help remove the bottlenecks which your team would face when they are trying to prove a concept. This will help as the team wades through the ups and downs of the whole innovative process. Again, as I said, the biggest mission for us is to ensure that our employees and our partners and anybody who works on a GE site, whether it's a GE manufacturing plant or whether GE is at work at one of our customer sites, we want to ensure they return home every day in the same way they came to work. Thank you again for inviting me. I wish you the best for the conference ahead.
Thank you so much, Karun.